Real quickly before we begin, I want to thank this video's sponsor, carmarshal.com. Carmarshal.com can save you lots of money on buying used or new vehicles, cars, trucks, school buses. If you want to save money, I'll have a link in the description down below. I know I'm going to
Missed School Could Lead to. By Lauren Coffey. Staff writer. Missing school could lead to a decrease in grades, no diploma, and for the parents of the absent student truancy could lead to jail. The Northport Police Department alone has made 4 truancy arrests on parents within the last year whose children have been habitually truant. State law defines that as at least 15 unexcused absences in 90 days. The fact is, the law's the law, Northport Police Department spokesperson Josh Taylor said. The police department doesn't afford the ability to enforce whatever laws they want. Truancy arrests don't happen often. We'd much rather have our kids go to school, but when you're presented with the issue, you have to do your obligation. The most recent arrests were Tuesday for Tara Jacobson, 38, and William Jacobson Jr., 39, both of Northport. They were arrested after their son allegedly missed more than 30 days this school year. The district made repeated attempts to contact the parents, including sending a letter, having a truancy officer show up to their house, speaking on the phone and scheduling a joint meeting, which neither parent attended. They both are out on $3,000 bond each. In Charlotte County, once a student misses 10% of school days, for example, having 2 unexcused absences within 20 days, teachers step in. In Sarasota County, truant is considered 5 unexcused absences within the month. In both districts, staffers make extensive efforts to speak with parents, which includes letters, phone calls, meetings, and house visits. Chantal Phillips, Director of Intervention and Dropout Prevention Services for Charlotte County Public Schools, said no parents in the Charlotte County District have ever been arrested for a truant child. As a last effort, the parents and school staff meet with the state attorney. We have never had an arrest. I don't know that any of our law enforcement folks would even entertain arresting someone for truancy, she said. We've had meetings, not many, with the state attorney. Normally things do get resolved after the initial meeting or after the state attorney begins to threaten with prosecuting. In Sarasota County, the protocol is a bit different. After 10 days of unexcused absence, a truancy specialist is sent to the house to see what is occurring. If the truancy continues, the district has attendance officers who will fill out paperwork called a case staffing, which is shown and explained to the parents after multiple other attempts to fix the issue. If the protocol is still not followed, the officer would file a case staffing to give to a judge. My own personal feeling is we provide so many options to parents to educate their children. When they're enrolled and not attending, it's hard to be supportive of that because it's gross miscommunication, said Scott Singleton, a guidance counselor at Cranberry Elementary School in Northport. As for high school students, enforcing attendance can be tougher. Florida law states a child needs to attend school until they are 16. If they are under 18, they still need a parent's permission to stop attending school altogether. Michelle Weir, assistant principal at Lemon Bay High School, stated its attendance data is sent directly to the DMV, and when a student becomes habitually truant, their driver's license is either taken away or not given to them until they have 30 days without an unexcused absence. Where we've done a lot of other interventions unsuccessfully, once the license is taken or pulled, we've got willing participants to have a conversation, she said. 30 consecutive days for a student who is truant is a big deal. It breaks that pattern. Staying home becomes a pattern of behavior. For many school staffers, a major tactic to fight truancy is simply reminding parents just what can happen if a student does not attend school. We've been trying to educate parents, Weir said, adding truancy at Lemon Bay High School has increased over the years. Attendance really is the #1 indicator of reading and math proficiency. At the high school, it's the #1 indicator of not completing high school. The more we share it, the more they hear it. At the 9th grade level, that scares parents because no one wants their kid to drop out. But school officials generally approach truancy differently when it comes to age groups, who usually have different reasons for not attending school. At the elementary level, our interventions are more focused on finding out what's going on with the family and parent, Phillips said. Versus in high school, it is more about the individual student. Of course we're working with parents, but by then kids make up their own mind on attending school. But despite a parent possibly not pushing their child to go to school, they would stay with their parents unless their parent is arrested for truancy. If a parent is arrested, and there are no concerns of abuse or neglect, the children would go with family members or other guardians that the parent assigns, stated Natalie Harrell, Communications Director for the Suncoast region of the Florida Department of Children and Family, in an email. Only in instances where a child has no other family members, aunts/uncles, grandparents, adult cousins, adult siblings, or guardians, family friends assigned guardianship by the parent, available would we get involved to find placement for the child. Many of the school officials could not immediately state if truancy has gone up or down in school over recent years. However, they all had a passion for ensuring the students are getting to school as often as possible. The state holds us accountable for the education of children and we can't educate them if they're not here, Singleton said. It reflects on the teacher's grade, the school grade, and that can affect our funding. As long as the state is holding those measures as a way of being accountable in education, it seems we need some accountability for parents to have their children here. Email, lcoffee@sun-herald.com.
Hey Sheriff, we have a question about why your office, your intelligence division, is investigating private citizens for criminal investigation that happen to be activists that are overseeing your department. Why would you have your intelligence division investigate private citizens? We have done...
for life hating so much.
Sir, we don't hate anyone. We love freedom and we love American people. And government is out of control. That's why you're seeing such a revolt nationwide. Why can't you just answer, why is Susan Edwards, your intelligence division, investigating private citizens? This should not happen.
Are you here to apply for a job?
Possibly I might be applying for a job, but that's irrelevant to my question. Why would you ask that question?
Well, enjoy the fair.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Excuse you?
Excuse me, sir.
So those of you that haven't
Wow.
been on a bike before, we're
Sheriff's
just
getting a little too pushy.
is
You
the
work
first
for
part
us, Sheriff.
in
Just
keeping
keep that in mind. At one time we respected you, but not with that type of attitude.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use. And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon, Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full-time doing this. Thanks.